back again, your BFP Dream Builder from Beechmont Ford Performance. And hey, out here in the garage for another episode of Garage Table Discussion. And today we're going to have a little discussion about something that I would think most of you out there are interested in talking about. Now, it's mid-February, and in the greater Cincinnati area, we actually still have some snow on the ground. It's been melting. Actually, today it is actually flurrying a little bit, but that doesn't look like anything that's going to stick. So, what I'm getting at here is, well, first off, you people that live in the areas that you get year-round nice warm weather, phooey on you guys. And here in the Midwest, at least, we, about this time of year, really start to get an itch, thinking it's getting a little closer to spring, where we can get these babies out on the road, enjoy some driving, enjoy hanging out with friends at events and car shows and cruise-ins and that type of thing. So what I'd love to hear from you guys about today is, what events do you plan on attending this year for you and your cars? Doesn't have to be Mustangs, but there's a lot of events all over. But I'd love to hear about events that you're attending, and maybe suggestions for all the rest of us as events that you think would be worth us attending. Now, for us at Beechmont Ford Performance, we have a few events that we always tend to go to, and I'll tell you about those, so hopefully you can join us. So this year, for example, March 25th, 26th, we will be at Ponies in the Smokies. That's a big event down around Sevierville, Tennessee, and it's always a blast. So it's kind of the first real thing that we'll be attending. And usually it's a little iffy on the weather at the end of March, but last year we had a great day on the Friday, and then Saturday I think it rained pretty much all day, but it was actually still relatively warm. So that's one event. Then the big event for us that we actually sponsor is going to be National Mustang Day. Now this year, National Mustang Day actually falls on April 17th, which is always the date, but it happens to fall on Easter Sunday. So we are going to do our event this year on Saturday, April 16th, and we're holding this big event at the Gail Halderman Museum in Tip City, Ohio. Now, if you, for some reason, I hope you know who he is, but if you don't know who Gail Halderman is, Gail was the original designer of the Mustang. That's right. Everything like this car, any other car, it all came about because of Gail designing the very first Mustang. Now, Gail was from Tip City, Ohio, which is just up the road from us, past the Dayton area, and he had the family farm there that basically he put a museum there, and it's something that is it's almost like a mecca to go if you're a Mustang fan or if you're a Ford fan. Now, Gail passed away, it's going to be almost 2 years ago, I guess now, but his daughter and his granddaughter are keeping the museum up and running, and it's a great place, and it's what better place to have National Mustang Day than at the museum of the man that basically created the Mustang. So we're going to have, we did this for the first time last year, so we're following it up again this year, and we have some great guests lined up. I have a few of them that I know are locked in, but just to name a few, we are going to have Mr. Anthony Alonso, who is a author that has written several books about the Bullets and the Mach 1s, and along with Mr. Anthony, which I call him Tony, he's a good friend of ours, he is going to be doing an interview with, Sean Kiernan. Now, if that name doesn't ring a bell to you, maybe something will ring a bell to you. A green Mustang that sold a few years ago at Mecum Auction for like $3.4 million. Yeah, that's right. The original Bullet Mustang from the movie was owned by Sean and his family, and he obviously sold it a few years ago. But he's got quite a history of Mustangs, and obviously he's going to talk about the history of that car with his family and the process of selling it. Now, I have another guest coming in, and his name is Scott Chapman. Scott is a great guy. He is one of the chassis engineers at Roush up in Michigan, in Livonia, Michigan. And he also does some road course racing. So he's got a lot of experience at that, and I believe he's even done some racing, or not racing, but stunt driving type thing for different commercials and that type of thing. So he's going to be a great asset to talk about, obviously, Mustangs and suspension, racing, you name it. Now, also following up with that, I have another gentleman coming in, Mr. Norm Murdoch, who has Team Blitz Racing, and he also is a road course racer. And matter of fact, one of his cars is a Boss 302 Mustang that was originally one of the cars at the Ford Racing School, and he was able to obtain that. But he also races the Capris, and he has a company that basically sells exclusive parts for Capris. So we've got him coming in, and not last but least, we are going to have Mr. John Clore from Ford Performance, and he is going to be there. And John and Gail Halderman were very good friends, and he's got a ton of stories all the time that he can tell about Gail. Since we don't have Gail around to tell these stories, fortunately we have John, and he was there to talk about a lot of the history of Ford, the Mustang, and of course Gail. We might sneak in another guest or two. We'll see along the way, but look forward to that. So after that, we are going to jump, at least around here, we usually go to Woodward Dream Cruise in Detroit. That happens to be this year. That's actually like a week-long event, but the Saturday event's the big event, and that's August 20th this year. And we will be at Summer Nights for the big Mustang Alley event, August 26th and 27th. And that's in Somerset, Kentucky. And they are actually out to break a world record this year for attendance of Mustangs. With COVID and everything, attendance had been down somewhat the last couple years, but I know like 2 or 3 years ago, I guess it was, they had almost 1,200 Mustangs there. So they're going for a world record this year. So those are the bigger events that we are definitely going to be at. And then, of course, we do a lot of local events. We have an event that we always attend here with one of the local clubs called the Queen City Mustangers. They have a big show here in the greater Cincinnati area on the 25th of June. We will have we'll be a sponsor of a show called the Back the Heroes Rumble. And that's going to be August 6th here in the greater Cincinnati area. And that show, all the fundraising, all the money goes to fallen heroes, basically, policemen, military, fire, you name it, and basically they collect all the money, and it goes to the family members of those fallen heroes to help with whatever expenses they might have. It's a huge event, and it's for a great cause. Now, there are some other shows and so forth that we'll be at and about, but there's just a few things that we're going to be doing. Please, again, join me down in the comments section. Let me know what you're going to be attending this year, and let me know if you're going to be attending any of our events so we can, get to meet you. I got to meet a few people last year at some of these events that, I admit it was just great to actually meet someone in person and say, yeah, I know who you are, but I've never gotten to meet you. So we'd love to see that, and you guys tell us where you're going. Tell us ideas of places that we all might want to go, and let's look forward to spring. That's right, warm weather. I can't wait for it. All right, guys, simple and sweet this time. Jeff Black, your BFP Dream Builder from Beechmont Ford Performance, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. All right, bye-bye.